Okay, so why clean your bike, and how do you go about it, and what are the common errors that we make? So the first one, as you can see, is I put mine in a bike stand because I know if I stand it on the ground then I knock it over or something like that. So if you can get a cheap bike stand from Lidl or something like that, you can get one quite cheap, then you can stick it in a bike stand. You've got more control over it. So as you look through it, the things that you would want on your bike, you'd want your bike lighter, yet sometimes you're willing to carry all the dirt on it that makes it heavier. You want not to spend as much on your cassettes. They can cost you easily 150, 200 pounds, even the cheaper ones like 50, 60 pounds. And your discs, which are at the back here, which I've covered, which I'll explain why in a bit, but keeping your discs so they don't need changing as often, and your pads. So if you do things properly, in other words, if you clean your bike, you're going to save a lot of money. What tends to happen is the bike gets dirty. You start with a nice clean chain. This one's been cleaned a couple of times. You then get oil attracting dirt, and then the dirt wears against the cassette. The chain gets worn, the cassette gets worn in turn, and it costs you money. So the first thing you should do is, if the bike's muddy, mine's not too bad, is get a hose reel on it and hose off the worst of the mud, covering up your brakes so you're not going to contaminate your pads. So nice, not too much pressure on it. Just give it a good clean, get the worst of the mud off, because what you don't want to be doing is trying to clean with a rag, or even worse, a harsh brush, and brushing the mud that's stuck against your frame and causing scratches to your frame. So get the worst off with the hose reel, and then we're going to use, I'll stop the video, but we're then going to use a bike cleaner. Now some people just use what's in the kitchen, but you don't know what's in there. You don't know if you've got bleaches or whatever else in something that's going to damage your frame. So simplest is proper bike cleaner. So I'll come back to that in a bit.